Next three, please. Hello, good afternoon. Satish.
So what is this all about?
So they have gone through one-day
Please sit down.
program. They are all heading tertiary relationship mathematics, TRX, tertiary relationship heads across the country. So they have gone through a program on effective communication skills, presenting and these things. And at the end of the day, they are speaking. He has asked them to speak themselves, and that is being recorded.
Okay.
And they play the recording. And the participants have to tell what is the defect, what was the hit that they noticed when he spoke. Because in the morning there was more exercise where they spoke to the audience, and after the program now they are doing the final take. So now they will speak again to just confirm as to what they have learned during the program.
Okay.
Maybe
So
we play one.
essentially this is a communication.
Yes, communication.
Okay. Communication build-up exercise.
Yes.
Great. Good. So how has it been going? Pandit ji, कैसे चल रहा है? ठीक ठाक है sir. First class. Is going to help you? Varuna? Definitely. Chalo, good.
We play once they will actually lead up the
Sorry.
No,
Right.
take up the if you can just.
Yeah, it's 50%. No, no issue.
Ask me to play. Last three. Project of about 2,500 crores will take place. So this kind of exercises also we had. And we had some other games exercises where the idea was they should create a strong desire to express themselves. And then all the bars were out. They were just expressing. So I think it was a good experience. And then taking from there, the morning individual speech and evening individual speech, there's a big difference.
Good. Good evening, friends. I would talk about travel. As I said in the morning when I was speaking about my hobbies as well, I said travel is one of my passions. So with whatever travel experiences I had, I just wanted to share a couple of tips wherein probably you can implement or make use of it. Basically, when you plan your travel, there can be different types of travelers. One would be who would like to visit a lot of places. I mean, guidance, and couple of them would like to explore it by themselves. Those places and have their own itinerary. So people who would like to do it in a guided tour, I would suggest a package tour where you would book a package, and then where you have a person who would guide you, who would take care of all your accommodation and your food and lodging expenses. For people who would like to explore it, by their own, so the pick should be you should do it yourself. Nowadays you have a lot of avenues. You have internet where you can check all the reviews of the hotels, places, what to visit. So you go ahead and book it in those sites. Now one more tip I would like to give when you're doing it by yourself. So people who are traveling in off season normally, who would go to that hotel. So you book a hotel, you check in. Most of the times you can ask for an upgrade. You will know by seeing the register there how many people are, or you can just check with them. It's an off season, so you can ask for an upgrade. So most of the times these hotels would be more than ready to give you that because it's an off season, so nothing is going to go for them. So it's a good tip that you just go and ask them for an upgrade. And now a couple of more things what you have to take care when you go for travel is you plan your itinerary. So this I'm talking about when you're planning it individually. You're not dependent on some guide for that matter. So you plan your itinerary in such a way that you plan one place, then sorry I think I mixed out a couple of points. Okay, so also I would talk about a couple of my own experiences which I faced in I was both kind of planned traveler as well as an impromptu traveler. So there are certain disadvantages when you take up an impromptu traveling. One of the case where we just wanted to start off and do a recent a nearby hill station. So that was around, we started around 6-7 o'clock. Then we were proceeding in the car. The car gave away in the middle. There was a problem with that. Then we had to fix it. When we had gone there, there was a problem of getting an accommodation out there. Okay, then we had to settle down the night in the car itself. Probably it was a guys' gang, so we found some couple of things, couple of pigs, and then we could take the chill factor. But what I wanted to say is, if you are an impromptu, you have to also be that adventurous to take the challenge.
Thank you. Give a break.
My topic is friendship in friends. The first thing come into our mind when you name a friend. So it is, I think, trust is coming the first word. Friendship is trust. So I think this is the only relationship where you have the options. I can tell you the options as well as forward in this example. This is the option. You have the option. You have to choose from who is the best, who is the worst. In biological relationship, it is the forward. You have to accept it or you have to reject it. So before I proceed further, I want to quote one example. Few days back, I get a call from my friend. So he called me that, Jay, you have to visit the Airtel office. So one of our friend, my school friend, so due to his financial conditions, he was not able to study further, and he opted for a security guard job in the Airtel office. So he called me that, Jay, you have to visit that office and you have to recognize him that his job is not very much low, because someday he went to his office and he shied his mouth and behind the doors. So he didn't scrutinize this thing and he gave me a call. Jay, you just go to him and recognize him that whatever he is doing is very good job. So I go to his office and again he started moving his round. Then I asked him, yeah, Shalinder? Yes. So we were in the schools, so we met a couple of years later. So I go to him and I hugged him. So he felt his eyes were full of water. So I told him that, yeah, you are doing is nothing is a worst job. Whatever you are doing is a good job. I am doing a good job, you are doing a very right job. No, Jay, I think I am in very lower side, you are middle. So don't think. So friend is friend. Whether he is from his financial condition is weak, he is from some much bigger house. So my suggestion to all of you, whenever you find any of friend which is, I think this is situation, so I request you, all of you, to respect all these friends. So this is the way I got a platform from this side, so I shared my views. So this is the trust, this is the relationship you are gaining. It's like a gem. True friendship is like a gem. You have it, you will have a good.
Yes. Give him a big.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'll be speaking on some of the major problems facing our country. Friends, we are a 67-year-old nation. So what are the major problems that are facing our country? Some would say communalism, some would say corruption, hygiene, education. Friends, I would like to disagree. The major problem facing our country is us, we. As per me, a country gets the government it deserves. We have got a chalta hai approach. Everything that we see ignores. That is the root cause. We are the basic factor of any entity. We form as an individual, as a family, society, city, state, then India. One of us has said कि सोच बदलो जग बदलेगा. I would like to say हम बदलेंगे then जग बदलेगा. Again I would like to quote a writer who had said कि give me men of character, men of conviction, men who will do their duty no matter what the odds and no matter what the consequences, and I will give you India of your dreams. I totally agree with that statement कि if we change as a whole for the better, we can change the country as a whole also. We cannot blame the government or the politicians because we are also part of that. Just to put a very small example, all of us on election day takes it as a holiday. How many of us go and vote? When we don't get to vote, people get selected. And these people, they rule us and they do all their dirty games. So I request each and everybody taking this as an occasion to fulfill our duty as an individual. When we fulfill our duty as an individual, we will also fulfill our duty as a true Indian. Thank you.
Good, very good.
My word, I think all of you spoke well. All of you spoke with sincerity. And each of you carried some theme. Starting with if it was food for thought or social responsibility, be it corporate as individuals, definitely we have certain responsibility towards the society, to our organization, to our family. Their responsibility is certainly important, which also was partly covered by him also in terms of as a citizen, what is our responsibility. Why I'm trying to say this is basically, we talked about relationships, friendship, thoughts, and our other friend spoke about, what was it? Spoke about travel, on the travel, on planning. Not on travel, it was on planning. Essentially, where impulsive travel. Some people are impulsive, some people plan it out. All these thoughts which came up are very relevant to the business that we are in. All of these are very important. Be it building up relationship with our customer, our clients, be it building up relationship within our organization, with our colleagues, be it planning properly. We all do our account planning, we plan towards our budget, we plan for our meeting. We all have a sense of duty, certain responsibility. All these are very important. So I didn't look at the way you spoke. Maybe somewhere there could be grammatical errors, somewhere there could be, it was not articulate, but all of you spoke with certain bit of passion. That is what I like. And as long as we speak with sincerity, as long as we have conviction on what we are speaking, and as long as we convey to whom we are communicating, be it our clients, be it our colleagues, be it our home, as long as we convey that what we are speaking is truth and we are speaking with all sincerity, and there is a purpose behind it, then I think the message is driven home. How it is driven, it can vary. Some people are good in English, some people are extremely articulate, some people are who can speak from stage, carry people along with them. Some people are good in one-to-one dialogue, some people can speak well, hold a small group, have captive audience. It varies from individual to individual. In fact, I myself, for a very long time, I used to have a big stage phobia, speaking before a crowd. In fact, I used to have this phobia, this fear, what I am speaking. What I speak, is it making sense? What I am conveying, is it acceptable to the other person or to the audience? Do they understand me? Is it sense or nonsense I am talking? So these are things which are there. But gradually as we evolve and as we interact with people, the more people we interact with, obviously we try to overcome. Some naturally as we progress, and some a little bit of fine-tuning ourselves, little bit of hard work we do. But communication is important everywhere. Starting from how you communicate at home, with our parents, with our children, with our better half, with our relatives, be it in the organization, how you are communicating with your peers, your supervisor, is very important. Because unless one communicates, I am not talking about the language, I am not talking about whether you speak good English or you speak native language, but as long as you are sincerely conveying it, as long as the message is driven, you are through. Similarly, communication, I think this is more to do with organization communication, it is more to do with communication vis-a-vis our clients with whom we are dealing. But one thing is, what I have seen over the last many years, and a lot of these years have been in relationship. As long as you are true, as long as you speak with that sincerity, nothing else matters. If the client, if your customer is convinced that whatever you are conveying is its sincerity, you are there for him, he or she, they are going to back you. Of course, if you have that knowledge is not only about your immediate business, what you are doing, knowledge is about what is happening across the globe, knowledge is larger part about the society, then it obviously adds weights. Because what we are doing in this business, which is more service oriented, which requires a lot of regulatory compliance, we are in a regulated business. As long as we are providing solutions to our client, as long as we are conveying that as an organization we are providing the right solution and we are providing that service in a manner which the client wants, be it in a time-bound manner, be it in a cost-efficient manner, be it in a technology-enabled friendly manner, the client obviously gives you that respect. I think these are a few points which one needs to keep in mind. Going forward, you are going to handle bigger challenges, additional responsibility. As we are moving from a single product-oriented relationship to multiple product-oriented relationship, you must have heard about, you must have read about the message about, we are now getting into a more transaction banking approach. So obviously, your responsibilities are also going to increase. Why we are working on that? We are trying to see how we can professionally add more value to all of you. How we can, instead of being a single product relationship manager and doing that for day in and day out, you want to see how we can add value to your skills. How we can upgrade your knowledge base. How we can expose you to other parts of the business, which is only going to benefit you and in turn benefit this organization. This is where I think key takeaways from this 2 day session. Is it 2 day session? One day session. Okay.
Tomorrow we kept interaction with.
Okay, fine, great. So as long as the key takeaways you can see, and again not looking at purely from your language, of course, that can always be refined, fine-tuned, but the conviction and the sincerity which you spoke, in fact my compliments to you. You all have been leaders, you have been leading teams, and you have been doing it successfully, and that is where I wish you again all the best. And getting into the last quarter of the year, how can I forget that our numbers, our revenues, our targets, that are also important to us. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.